Hey, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 3, Episode 13, Tragic Monologues. I don't get that title. Still don't get it. Anyway, monologues, yeah. Eh. Anyhow, I think the episode was I don't know. I didn't get a big, I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say. Let's just stick with is I. That was it. That's not even a whole real word. Is it, y'all? Anyhow, shout out to everybody in my comment section who've been holding my channel down. And for those of you who have not decided as of yet, make my day. Make me happy and subscribe to my channel. That's right. Subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button, then hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Then I ask that you, after watching the video, you leave a comment. Leave a comment. Hit the like button. You know, the little thumbs up. Hit that. And then share it with somebody. That's right. I'm asking you to share. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. And you can help support my channel. Thank you very kindly, but I need your help in this new year, and I hope you will give it to me. All right? So let's get started with this episode. Okay, of course, it starts off how it ended with Jason and his crazy behind jumping off the damn roof and landing on the truck, the Jeep, which Kyle was inside of. And Kyle's like, what the freak? And the glass breaks and he's yelling, help, get me out of here. Nobody give a damn about Kyle. They probably will leave him in there. Grip called on his thing for backup. Everybody, da-da-da-da. Pull the son, grab the first son, da-da-da-da, and everybody running. You see Sam come running out and three other Secret Service agents, and they run out there and they find him on top of the car, and Sam is pissed at Grip, for letting him jump and what happened and how'd you do it? You were supposed to be watching him and blah, blah, blah. And Grip's like, I didn't get permission from the chief of staff to do this or to let him, to watch him. And I'm like, what is all this going on? Meanwhile, Kyle is yelling, get me out of here. And I was shocked that Sam told him, shut the fuck up. And he was just like, I was like, what? And he was like, no, you shut up. Da, 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 da. Kyle trying to be tough while he handcuffed in the back of a Jeep. Really, it was really, really too much because I'm like, why did Sam take, so Sam had them, after they called, the ambulance and they going to send the kid to the hospital and Grip told him what went down. He's yelling, Grip's about to uncuff. Was he about to uncuff Kyle? And Sam told him no, not to uncuff him. He said he's being held. He said on whose orders? He said the orders of the vice president. He's like, what are you up to, Sam? What are you up to? And he's not going to work. And he banged into him. He told the Secret Service people to take Kyle away. And Kyle banged his chest into him, telling him it ain't going to work. And I have to go back on something. Kyle said, Sam told him to shut the hell up. I don't think he told him to shut the F up. So I had to change that. But anyway, so Sam is going on telling them, now I got to freaking go and tell the first family what just happened, So in the meantime, the press conference is ended and they leaving, Bobby and Max is telling the VP, we got to go, we got to get out of here and stuff. And the VP steps down and they're trying to get out of there, but they are met in the hallway by Donald, Flotus, and POTUS. And they're like, you're not going nowhere. You think you getting out of here? We want to meet with you in the Oval and stuff. And it was just the back and forth between them. POTUS just wants to meet in the Oval and talk. And Max is like, we not meeting in that Oval without me being there. And they're like, hey, Max, how you doing? Nothing personal. The POTUS and the Flotus acted like that. I'm sitting there going, really? They tried to have that man killed 2 different times at least. First with Kyle shooting him and the other 2 Secret Service, and then with them trying to blow up the house with him and Bobby in it. Like nothing personal. He's like, yeah, right. So Max is pissed. He's like, oh, he's a Boy Scout because he was like, he's not going without me. And so they all went into the Oval. And that's when Sam had ran up to tell them, and Hunter didn't want to hear nothing from him. I can't stand calling them by their names. POTUS didn't want to hear nothing from them. And so POTUS left to go into the Oval. And so Sam goes over to Flotus. And Flotus is looking at him like, okay, so he jumped. And She's smirking. She's smiling. She don't even care. What kind of sick ass parent is she? That woman is sick, y'all. I hate to tell y'all, but something just ain't mentally right with Flotus. Something is really not right with her. So Sam is looking at her like shocked, like what in the world? But then I like this part that came up because Donald, she walked away. She was hoping that she's hoping her son to kill herself so she could be done with him. But she walks away and Donald asks Sam, "Is that true what you said?" And he said, "Yes, sir, it is." He said, "Well, let me know keep me informed of what's going on. Where they taking them? To St. Rose or St. Mary's or wherever, some saint hospital." And he's like, "Keep me up to date." He said, "Where's Kyle?" "I don't know." Bam. Did Sam just lie to Donald and say he didn't know where Kyle was? I could not believe it. I was like, he lied to him. He said, "Well, when you find him, he said, call him. No, he said, call him and tell him to get his ass here right now." So when they get into the Oval and they're talking, that's when they find out that something happened to Kyle because Max said, "Yeah, that thing with Kyle didn't work out." You and VP's talking about he got proof. He got proof of what went down, and Flotus is like, "Who? These two? Like really?" And she's like, "Hey, Max." It's just I don't know how I felt about it. Anyway, but the part I liked about this Oval thing is when I'm gonna call her Victoria because I'm gonna call her Second Lady Simone. When Victoria, I think it's Simone, right? That's her name. When Victoria called herself, say, getting into Simone's ASS, trying to get her straight and talking all this smack to her. I said I knew it was gonna come, calling her a lying biatch. I knew Simone was gonna clap back with it. She did the clap back like, "Shut up." Like, "Shut your mouth." I said, "Oh." She called her every kind of name in the book. And I said, Victoria probably don't even know some of those words. She told her, "I knew you was lying to me, you biatch." And she's like, "You don't tell her you wasn't telling the truth." She said, "Why would I do something that you obviously can't do either? Why would I tell you the truth when you have a problem doing it?" I said, "Ooh, okay." But no matter how much the president called the VP names, he said, "I'm still invoking the 25th Amendment." And they're like, "Oh, you think that's going to work?" He said, "Yeah, you'll be out of here." Told him, "We got proof." And she's like, "What proof?" He said, the word of these two men, talking about Bobby and Max. He said, "And your wife," talking about Donald. Donald was pissed. He was like, "What?" And they said, "Yeah, that little thing with Kyle didn't work for you." I said, "Uh-oh." That's when it clicked that they must have done something to Kyle. I'm sure it clicked on his mind about that. But when Simone clapped back at Victoria and told her to shut up, she was shut up. And Victoria went, "Oh," she said, "You are rude, venomous, conniving biatch," or something like that. Disgusting biatch. I said, "Oh, okay." She got back at her and let her know I know how to use the dirty words too, but I got some bigger ones to come up with it because Victoria sure doesn't know how to use those. And she told her she looks forward to returning dignity to the White House because you are a total disgrace. I was like, oh my God, that was like the bestest part ever. Then what happened? Let's see. Victoria said, "Oh, she don't know. I'll slap a biatch." And Simone said, she came back with and then he'll decapitate one. I said, "Oh," she's like, "Be careful." But she got back at you. So they finally try to leave the White House and they run into Sam in the hall. But before they leave that Oval Office, Donald questions the VP about Sam. He trying to find out what Sam is doing. You met with Sam or something like that. And he was trying to find out some information to see if Sam was lying. Is he joining you and stuff? And that's when Simone jumped in and said, "Sam knows our children." And that's basically what Sam did tell him. It was something about their kids. So she jumped in because the VP looked like he was perplexed, like he wasn't sure what he was going to say. And I'm glad his wife jumped in and took care of that suspicion. And Victoria was trying to find out what that was all about, but he said it's nothing. It's nothing. Just putting together a timeline. So when they finally were trying to leave, they run into Sam in the hall, and he tells them about the there was an accident with their car, and that he gave them a new one. And Max is like, "Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle?" And he was like, "I have him." And he's like, "No, I want him. I gotta have him. I want him." And he's like, "No, I got him. I got him in a secure place." So Sam was like, "I can't give Kyle to you." Basically, he said, "I got him," and left it at that. Meantime, Priscilla goes to see Nancy, and she's asking, "What's the reason for this doggone meeting?" And she let her know that Richard said, "You're not yourself lately at work," and yada yada. And she tells Nancy about the first lady and how she is and everything that's going on with Flotus and and with her. And she said, "Do you still cook for her?" She's like, "No, I don't cook for her because I don't trust myself and she don't trust me." you know. But in the midst of them talking, she accidentally insults Nancy by saying, "Look, I'm not you. I can't sit home like that." She said, "I can't sit home all day doing nothing like you." And so Nancy got a little insulted, but Priscilla kept apologizing because she didn't mean it like that. It's just that she's used to working. She would go crazy sitting home. She's like, "I don't do nothing all day. I take care of my kids. I take care of my husband." Yeah, but that's you. Everybody's not made that way, to be a housewife. Yeah. Anyway, then they show Sam and Richard. They meet and they're discussing Sharon and Jason and everything. And he tells Sam tells Richard that he told the chief of staff about the president, about what the president did. He's like, "Why did you tell him? Why did you tell him?" And he's like, "Well, he had me boxed in. So I had to say something." So he did say that. So now I understand him doing that. But then Richard said, "Well, let me leave and go and warn Sharon, and, let her know to be careful because of what's going on." Then they show Alonzo coming over to visit Alan, and they talking. And once again, Alonzo's in his denial about what Alan is saying. I don't even know why he came over there if he doesn't want to hear it, because he got mad last time he walked out. And Alan's trying to tell him, and he's like, "No, because they got all of this stuff on the news about him and about the president, vice president. I mean, about the president and the first lady, and they didn't do it. It was that son. The son did it. Da 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 da." So he thinks maybe the son had what's her name? Ellie killed, but Alan's like, give me a break." And then they sitting there watching the TV, and they see the first lady on there talking. And they can't believe that. They just sit back and they just shaking their head about it. And then freaking Jason, he's telling Alan that Jason jumped off the roof. Can you believe that? And Alan's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, how come you're not surprised?" He said, "You know that boy is disturbed. You even know that. So why would you say that?" All the stuff that Jason did to what's his name? Alonzo. I don't know why he's acting like he don't get it. He's the one who wanted to break his freaking neck, and his mother told him to punch him and beat him up. Oh God. I don't know why they have that character acting like that denial stage that Alonzo's in, where he knows the deal. So then we back at the pharmacy, and Dale is there, and Kareem and Sharon, and they following him around, and he's like, "What's up? Why you following me so close to me?" And Dale starts with it's good, it's safer in numbers. And he's trying to tell Sharon that she should tell Kareem, and Sharon's like, "No, don't, Dale, stop." She don't want to tell him, and next thing you know, Richard's knocking on the window, and Richard's in there talking to them. Richard asked to talk to her outside, and he's trying to talk to her and let her know what's happening and what to be careful. And then Barry pulls up, and Barry's there, and he shows up talking about Denise and how he saw her when she was being taken to the White House, and when she never came back out. Next thing she knows, she was dead. And he's like, "Did they do something to you?" Barry's asking, "Did they do something to you, Sharon?" And she's like, "Barry, please." And the father's like, "Barry, go home." And then Kareem opened the door, and he's like, "What's going on out here? Is everybody okay?" And meanwhile, Barry was telling her, "I love you. I want you to stay with me. He can't protect you. I'll protect you." Oh, God, please. You can't protect yourself. So Richard left with Barry, and Sharon went inside the pharmacy to go with Kareem. Then it switches over to Victoria in the Oval, trying to be sympathetic, trying to show empathy, practicing trying to look sad. And he said, no, Donald told her she looked mean. She looked mean. She don't look like she's sad. And she's working so hard to be sad to go before the press corps because she asked him to gather them up. Gather up the press corps. And he kept telling her it's not a good idea. Your son is not dead. He's this, that. He didn't know what she was going to do. And he said, can you at least give me an idea of what you're going to say to them? And, she started telling a story about the Wizard of Oz and how she needs to go see the wizard too, so the wizard could give her some tears so she could cry for this MFer talking about her son. This is a damn long shame. And then she told Donald, because Donald kept telling her he didn't think it was a good idea, she shouldn't do this, she shouldn't do that. And she told him he need to go see the wizard too because he the lion. He the cowardly lion. He need to have some balls. She said every time something needs to be done, it have to be me. You got to get some balls. And I'm like, she had no idea some of the stuff that Donald was doing. And she just kept laughing about everything about her son. And he said, ma'am, you need help. Maybe we need to have your son's doctor come and talk to you. Because she really do. He said she's sick. She don't care anything about her son. And even when, what's his name? Donald, the president of Donald, Lord help me, Hunter found out about his son. He was like, oh my God, you knew about this? When did you find out? Right before you met at the Oval. And you didn't say anything? She said, there's priorities. This was a priority. He's like, oh my God, that's our son. You don't care anything about him? Do you care anything about him? So I think he went to the hospital. I'm not sure where Hunter went after that. But Victoria just was like, she's going to address the press corps. And that's what she did. Meanwhile, Bobby and Max get back to the hotel, and Lily's like, poof, with the gun real quick when that door opened. And of course, Max is like, Lily, be careful, put down the gun. How come Bobby didn't flex? All you had to do is stay behind Bobby. No, you jump out to the side so maybe she could hit you. Max is just, he got this thing against Lily. He can't stand their relationship, I feel. I mean, it's my feeling, but that's how I really feel about it. And he's always got something to say to her. She said, she's asking what's going on. And she said, well, what's the next steps? Basically, like, what about me? It's not about you, Lily. I mean, what was that all about? She didn't say it was about her. She didn't mean it that way. But he goes to the back and he goes in the bathroom or wherever in the back room and calls Sam, asking, where's Kyle? Where's Kyle? I'm going to leave him. I want to see him. You got to give him to me. I'm going to be there in an hour with a Jeep, with the truck. And you put him out there. Just bring him out there. And Sam's like, I can't do that. I'm not going to give him to you. I can't do that. And he's like, come on, Kyle. Come on, Sam. You know what he did to me. Come on, Sam. He said, I can't do that. I got him. It's in a secure place. And he was like, Max would not give up. He would not give up on this. And he said, I'm leaving now. I'll be there in an hour. Da, 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 da. Sam's like, I gotta go. So Max rushes out and Bobby's like, everything okay? Everything's fine. He's snapping and stuff. And him and Lily are still talking. Bobby and Lily still talking. Lily saying, and which I was thinking the same thing. She said, this is never going to end unless he's dead. Unless he dies, this is never going to end for her. Donald will always go after her. He will always be after her. And she's right about that. She is most certainly right about that. That's what we were saying in one of these other Tyler Perry shows about Hayden. So they're going to always keep going after her and making her life miserable, and she'll never be able to rest. And Bobby said something like, we working on it. I said, I swear he said something like that. I was like, oh, snap. Okay. He just needs to see how this thing plays out with the vice president before he could do anything about Donald. And I forgot, Max told Sam at some point he had to pick a side. He said, I'm not on the side. I'm on the side of right. He said, yeah, but as long as you continue to play by the rules, you ain't going to never win because they don't never play by the rules. Sam said, if we don't play by the rules, then we'll all lose. So then they show Victoria going and addressing the press corps. And she gets up there like she's so unsteady. And oh my God, this has been such a trying day. And my son, yes, he killed this one and he killed that one. But I didn't realize how troubled he was. He tried to jump off the roof. Oh my God. He didn't try. He jumped off the roof and I need to get to the hospital to see my son now. But she never said the name of the other person. Was it Diane she's trying to say, Wilma, or Jean? Because after it, when they have that Oval Network news, they said that she said Denise and Diane, but I thought she was talking about Jean, who the other person is that Jason killed. But she's like, but we failed this country, and for that we are so very sorry. And Priscilla's watching on the news saying, shut up, and y'all all gonna fall for this, everything, y'all gonna fall for this. And Hunter's watching from his TV set, and the VP and his wife are watching, Alonzo and Alan are watching, and Alonzo's like, this lying, not Alonzo, Alan's like, this lying biatch, do you believe this? And Alonzo's real quiet because he does. The VP and his wife are sitting there going, will this work? Did we underestimate them? He's like, well, we got the truth, but honey, that truth, you see how she manipulates the crowd and manipulates the audience. So it's not that she's pregnant. She purposely, fainted to work this out so it will deflect from everything that went on, trying to get the sympathy vote. Anyway, and how did it end? Oh, with Victoria fainting and passing out. So it might work. We don't know. But next week, the only thing exciting I see coming for next week, which is just like why you don't tell Kareem anything, because he's at the DC police trying to report the president. You dumb mother swinger. I can't stand Kareem. I hope Sharon's not the one who told. I think dumb Dale might have told when she was out there talking to Mr. Richard. I think Dale might have told Kareem what was going on, which he should not have. But anyway, that's the way it ended. Let me know what you think down in the comment section about this episode and about my review. Also, like I said, if you have not subscribed, take a moment, hit that subscribe button now. This your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.